Action Around Bethlehem Children with Disability is a charity that was founded just over 30 years ago to help lives of children with disability in Palestine and the West Bank. I wanted to join ABCD Bethlehem really since my very first trip to Palestine over 30 years ago. My mother is founding trustee along with her best friend, Georgina Mortimer.
The reasons for me to be involved with ABCD is I'm a Palestinian myself. I was born in one of the refugee camps and I lived there till about the age of 14, 15. So I know how deprived these areas are and how needy they are of external support.
ABCD up until this point has been a very small charity that has been supported by people that know about it and people that, a very small but loyal network of people. And these people have just worked under the radar, they've worked tirelessly and they've made lives change.
We are involved in various areas of therapy, particularly physiotherapy, occupational therapy, music therapy and art therapy.
The most significant moments I had was seeing someone walk for the first time. It was such a significant moment, just in my life. In a sense, he was giving more to me than almost doing that first step. But seeing the grin on his face and his mother's beaming smile in the background.
It's so heartening to see just how happy and smiling people are despite this. They have a real gift for life and for giving. And they are such a close community as well, something that we seem to have forgotten in the West.
When the charity was first established, there was very little funding for children with disability. There was very little help and support. Since the charity's work, it has raised over £2 million and helped around 100,000 children with varying degrees of disability to improve their quality of life and to allow them to take their part and their place in the community in which they live.
We established physiotherapy department. We equipped it with standing frames, with mattresses, with special bowls for balance for the children, ladders that they could be used to stretch their muscles. We also sponsor physiotherapists, and a rehab team actually can carry out this work.
I've learned so much about a part of the world that I previously didn't know much about. I've been so inspired by how much hard work they put into this.
I was not particularly au fait with life in the Middle East, but I met Val, who is our chairman and founder member. I met her as a friend, and also being a physio, we found we had this mutual interest. What she has done is quite staggering, and the number of children who have been helped over the last 30 years is quite extraordinary.
In some areas of the camps, it's shocking to see how much the poverty is there. There's no facilities in terms of sanitation or in terms of regular water supply or electricity supply.
I do know that this group of people at ABCD have worked incredibly hard for 30 years under the radar, and they've made such a massive difference to children who wouldn't have funding, wouldn't have support, and basically wouldn't be looked after. So that's what ABCD does, and my role is to help them reach more people and to just spread the message about the work that they do.
ABCD Bethlehem also helps the community and support network. It has partners out in Bethlehem, such as the Bethlehem Arab Society for Rehabilitation, who it works with to ensure that there is a quality and level of care for children with disability. Building and equipping and staffing rehabilitation centres to help children with disability. The UN funding in recent years has been cut by over 60%, and at present there is no funding at all for children below the age of 6 with disability in these refugee camps. So the work ABCD does is absolutely essential and vital.
I firmly believe that disabled kids in particular can give so much joy to those around them, and yet their needs are so enormous, needs of getting about, needs of, particularly in that part of the world, where life is not easy at all for them. And I think that the help that we are able to give with disabled kids, whether they're mentally disabled or physically disabled or traumatized in some way, makes an enormous difference to not just their lives but the lives of the families as well.
If you'd like to get more involved with ABCD Bethlehem or find out more about the work that we do, please feel free to visit our website at www.abcdbethlehem.org or like our Facebook page at ABCD Bethlehem. We also have a Twitter account and a LinkedIn account. We'd love for you to join us and follow our story.